try to reduce some of our costs, we will utilize a lot of times Harvest Host or some roadside stops to try to save from going to campgrounds. Our first stop on our trip up to Maine was in East Hartford, Connecticut at Cabela's. Cabela's offers a very nice open parking lot everywhere across the country at Cabela's Bass Pro. Stop in, check with the general manager, but most likely they're going to let you stop and stay there through the night. There was 5 other campers or RVs there along with us, spread out across the parking lot. It was a quiet evening, nice, quiet, safe place. Got up early the next morning and continued to head north.
Oh, there's a damn beaver again. So we are at the Cabela's in East Hartford, Connecticut, on our way up to, tomorrow we're going to Boothbay, and then the remainder of the week we will be in Belfast, Maine. So got started late today, had some things to do for work, and traffic was pretty rough as expected anywhere up through here. So anyhow, Cabela's Bass Pro, they almost always will allow overnighters for RV, so just call, let them know, and double check. But this one is East Hartford. It's over right next by the football field for can't see it, it's dark, but just on the other side of these trees is where the football field is for Yukon Huskies. So should be a quiet night. Hopefully get started early in the morning. Expecting a lot of rain, but it should be the last day of rain this week, and should have a pretty good week up in Maine. So follow along. We're going to be bringing plenty of content. Most likely we'll break it up into 3, 4, maybe even 5 different videos. Going to do a whale watching tour. Obviously we're going to be eating plenty of lobster. Take the pups here up to National Park in Acadia. Don't know that we'll do Cadillac Mountain. You have to be able to drive up, you have to get reservations, and we missed that opportunity. So you can walk up, but the sun comes up around 4:30 in the morning on Cadillac Mountain, and where we would have to park and walk up would take about 2 hours. And we're an hour and 15 minutes away from Cadillac Mountain, so we basically would have to go at midnight to get there in time for sunrise. So that probably won't happen unless you want to skip. You want to skip sleeping one night to watch the sun come up?
I don't know. I like my sleep.
Pups would go, but we'll probably skip that. So anyhow. Hope you'll follow along. We got a lot of content, like I said, coming your way. And if you've been to Maine, leave a comment below. Tell us where you went. What was your favorite thing to do? If you've ever been to moorings in Belfast, I'd like to know that as well. First night we're staying at a Harvest Host in Boothbay. It is Boothbay Brewery, Craft House and Brewery, and then we'll be moving up to moorings. So follow along. Appreciate it. Take care.
just left Cabela's. We stayed there overnight in Hartford, Connecticut. Now we're headed to Cracker Barrel to grab some breakfast, and then we have, a 4-hour drive?
About 4 hours.
4-hour drive to our next Harvest Host, which is at a craft brewery in Boothbay, and we're going to spend the night there, and then tomorrow head to Maine.
Well, Boothbay is Maine, but we're headed to Belfast.
Yeah, we'll be in Belfast, Maine, and then we'll be there for the week. So that's at Moorings RV Park. Yeah. So we jump.
Rain today.
Yeah. Today the forecast is calling for rain all day. So hopefully it's not a heavy rain. Right now it's just kind of misting. So hopefully that it'll just be like that the rest of the day, not like a heavy rain. But we'll check back in a little bit.
The second stop is a Harvest Host location. It's called Boothbay Brewery, but it also has an RV park. So this one's a little bit different for the fact that it does have Harvest Host locations. There's I believe, three locations for Harvest Host. If you cannot get part of the Harvest Host, they still have RV locations with full hookups. That I believe the Harvest Hosts do not have the full hookups. We weren't able to get into Harvest Host. I still have this in the review, but we did have to pay to stay there at Boothbay. It was a beautiful, beautiful town. My favorite town of all the places we visited when we were in Maine. The RV park, very small. It was a lot of cottages that they have torn down and made it into an RV park. So they've got a lot of work to do. Truly, it's not worth the money they charge for the RV park. At least for us, it wasn't for one night. There's the restaurant that's on site is very good. The brewery is very nice, but they've got some work to do to be charging $128 a night. If you can stay there on Harvest Host, which would be nothing, plus the $30 they advise you to pay, in this case at the brewery or the restaurant, absolutely stay there. If not, you'll have to take into account that it's $128 a night. As you approach Boothbay Brewery, your GPS is going to want you to make a hard right, and it's about a 120-degree turn. You're not going to be able to make that turn whether you're pulling a fifth wheel, even if you're in obviously an RV, or even in a large truck or a big car. What you're going to want to do is continue straight and go around the roundabout and come back the opposite direction. And as you're coming back the opposite direction, then you're going to turn left and go into the entrance that way. That's the easiest way. So just ignore your GPS and go around the roundabout to the fourth exit on the roundabout and come back from the direction you just came from.
Never been so strong with anyone. Never been this sure I found the one. Never felt this safe with anyone. Finally found a place where I belong. But now I wonder what is wrong. What's on your troubled mind? There's one thing I want you to know. All the days that we've been spending, I hope this dream is never ending. Oh, feels like a fairy tale. And all of me is filled with love. You know you mean the world to me. Oh, feels like a fairy tale. Like a fairy tale. If I will share my life with anyone, I really hope that you will be the one. But now I wonder what is wrong. What's on your troubled mind? There's one thing I want you to know. All the days that we've been spending, I hope this dream is never ending. Oh,
Our last stop was a Harvest Host location. It was called Twins Barbecue in Connecticut, just off of Route 84. Really good barbecue place. They did have a live band. They have live bands, from what I understand, a couple nights a week, so you're going to want to check into that. Definitely a place that you should be able to stop and enjoy the evening and take a break for the night.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, ciao.